This week's show is brought to you by root beer because I ran out of coffee and I needed to drink something. So don't let me run out again. Go to buymeacoffee.com/odddadout and buy me a coffee so I don't have to drink anything else when I'm doing the show. Buymeacoffee.com/odddadout. Do it. Right now.
Beginning Odd Dad Out podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Odd Dad Out podcast, where normal is not my specialty. I am your host, the stuffy but still swinging. Sure, that makes sense. Adam Higgins, the Odd Dad Out. You can find me at odddadoutpodcast.com and at Odd Dad Out on all the social places, including the Oddballs Facebook group. That was probably the smoothest transition I've ever done into that. And this is the show where I ramble and rant and tell you what's going on in my brain, and I'm making fun of some new shit this week. And maybe I'll even talk about another podcast. I don't even know where I'm going to go with that. Fuck, I need to get back on that shit. How's it going? Whew. Yeah, I realized last week as I tried to do an impromptu review and talk about Succotash and do that, I can't wing that shit. I have to be prepared for that. I really, I can bullshit with the best of them. I do it every week-ish. But that's one thing where I can't bullshit my way through a review. I cannot sit there and do a podcast recommendation on the fly. I have to have the mental state and shit together and be able to sit down and say, this is what I fucking think about this show. And yeah, I can spitball some of the stuff, but I got to have my shit together. I can't just, pull a podcast out of my ass and talk on it. I mean, I guess some I can, but you know what I mean? That whole thing just fell apart. Listening back to it, I'm like, man, that wasn't good. Succotash deserves more credit, and it deserves a better review and feature than what I gave it last week, but I just don't know how to really do it at this point. I just need to sit and find the time and put my shit together and do all of that stuff. And how do you really, I mentioned last week how I'm really kind of fixated on that format of I want to have a clip. Well, how do I draw a clip from a show that is made of clips of other shows? That just makes it difficult. Other than, I guess, I could play the opening credits or some shit like that. But still, it's a little weird. It seems a little complicated meta sort of podcast recommending another podcast recommendation thing. The fuck did I just say? I don't know. Did I just stroke out there? I don't know what just happened. So I'm fine. How are you? I'm feeling silly. Because I decided I was going to start doing the news again. And I decided I was going to start doing the news again as a direct effect of trying to do my Weird Wednesday posts in the Facebook group. Because I'm like, well, fuck, if I'm going to fucking do it, then if I got to pull weird shit for the Facebook group, I might as well keep looking around to some other shit. Because I know I'm going to see more than one weird shit story. And then, what's good enough for the group? Well, here's some other shit that I'm going to talk about too. Damn it. So guess what? Fuckers. Feel like, what's that? Have you seen that guy on Instagram and TikTok? I think he's like an ER nurse. And those tips from the ER. And his fucking hoodies say, motherfuckers. That guy. Listen, motherfuckers. All that guy. Yeah, that's fucking funny. Anyway. Because of me being an asshole and deciding, I'm going to take this segment that I haven't done on the show in months and I'm going to just go and start doing it in the Facebook group. What the fuck am I not going to do it in the show? If I got to look for bullshit for the fucking group, well, I'm going to fucking look for shit for the show too, damn it. If I'm going to do the work, I might as well do the fucking work, right? I said I wanted to do the work. I need to get the bullshit back. I need to have fun again. I need to make you laugh. I can't just sit here and talk about the garden all the time. That's not nearly as funny. And if you heard my little ad spot there, yes, I don't have any coffee this week because it's late and I finished my coffee while I was at work, and I'm not about to buy coffee in a drive-through line at 1 o'clock in the morning because it's garbage. Okay, I'll admit it. I don't buy coffee anyway. I always make it myself. And I think I've had this conversation before, but I don't buy coffee from places. Generally, I'll buy a hot chocolate if I go out to like a coffee place. If I go to like a drive-through coffee place, like a Dutch Brothers or even Starbucks or whatever. I don't go to Starbucks really. Other people must thrust Starbucks upon me, but I get a hot chocolate. Yeah, I don't drink coffee from these places. But yeah, I have a root beer. Also, because even if I did want to get a coffee, coffee and curly fries, it's not a good flavor combination. So yeah. But I had a funny revelation this week, and I really did, and it was kind of a silly little thing. and before I get to it, why am I so sorry? I got to ask you a question. What is the thing, as the world is starting to go back to normal, what is the thing that you've seen that makes you think we're getting back to normal? Because I had an observation this week that just made me think, yeah, this has got to be the thing that says the world's getting back to normal. Because there's no way I didn't see any of this shit last year. We didn't see any of this bullshit in 2020. I was at the store, walking through, I forget what, I think I was there for cat food and maybe some croissants. Getting me some Pillsbury croissants and some cat food. Because who needs to explain grocery lists? And I don't even remember why I was going down the baked goods aisle. But I went down the baked goods aisle, and there, very bright and just staring at you, like you can't miss this just explosion of color on the shelf, was a bag of llama-shaped marshmallows. Yes. And I think they're even fucking jet puffed. Like pink and green, and I think maybe even blue, llama and cactus-shaped marshmallows. Why the fuck do you need llama-shaped marshmallows? I don't know. I've seen like marshmallow peeps. I'm so burnt out on them. Like I ate more than my share as a kid, so I'm done with peeps as an adult. But I understand them. I understand their function as a children's candy thing in all of its shapes and the different flavors and everything. I understand chocolate marshmallows and peppermint marshmallows. Why do you need a llama-shaped marshmallow? And a cactus-shaped marshmallow, for that matter. Whose idea was llama marshmallow? No. Of course I bought them. But because fucking llama marshmallows, I have to buy them. I'm crazy, not stupid. But what the fuck? Why do you need more llama marshmallows? Does David Spade have a comeback we don't know is coming? Why do we have llama marshmallows? And why llamas? Why multicolored llama and cactus marshmallows? And why llamas and cactuses? And we had to look this up because I'm like, where do llamas live? Because are there even cactuses where llamas live? I don't know. And so we had to look it up, and llamas live in like Bolivia and Peru. And apparently they actually do not exist in the wild anymore. Fun fact, if you ever want to learn something from me, apparently llamas do not exist in the wild anymore. They're all in captivity. They've basically been completely domesticated and they don't live in the wild anymore. So says Google. But apparently in those same regions, there is a particular type of cactus. And if you've seen The Emperor's New Groove, this is they'll see in like the dinner scene when they're trying to give Cusco the special poison, the poison that was specially made for Cusco, the poison to kill Cusco, that poison. where she dumps the cup into the cactus next to her, and then it turns into a llama-shaped cactus. Those are apparently the type of cactus that grow there. But I had to do it. Shut up. Yeah, there's cactus. But of course, in this bag of llama cactus marshmallows, the cactus are like saguaros, which grow here. Only here. They grow in the Sonoran Desert, and that's the only place they grow. But otherwise, it just looks like a green stick. Most people, cactus has a shape, and that shape is a very specific cactus that only grows in one place. Oh, well. The geographic accuracy of the cactus shape in this bag of llama marshmallows is, I guess it's not as important as the fact that they're fucking llama marshmallows. Now, I'm sure you're sitting here with bated breath, wondering, how the fuck does this relate to the world being normal again? Let me ask you this. Did you see llama marshmallows in 2020? No? Of course not. 2020 was all gloom and doom and bullshit, and there was no fucking fun candy or fun shapy shit. Everything was getting canceled and shut down and closed, and fucking hoarding toilet paper and hoard all the, you couldn't buy fucking anything. And we're in the middle of a panoramic. We don't have time for these fucking fancy shits. None of this fancy, floofy, fun, shapy shit. We don't have fun. It's 2020. There is no time for fun, fancy shaped marshmallows in the 2020 panoramic world that existed. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that was. But you know what I mean? You didn't see any of that shit last year. There was none of this. There were no llama marshmallows in 2020. Okay. There were no fun shapes. There were no new cereals. There was no new fun, nothing. Everything was doom and gloom, and everybody's going to die. The whole world was going to die in 2020. Everybody was just miserable. Nobody had time for fun shit. Maybe there was the fact that there was nobody at the little marshmallow factory to say, hey, let's make fun shapes. Or this happened because the first guy that came back to the marshmallow factory liked llamas. That Carl from Jimmy Neutron, who just loves his llamas. I can't do that voice very well. It's okay. But I don't know why I pulled that reference out of my ass, really. It's like, fucking llamas. Who loves llamas? Fucking Carl. Anybody out there remember Jimmy Neutron, please don't make me feel more crazy than I am. But I just remember that shit. Fucking Carl from Jimmy Neutron loved llamas. And apparently he was the first guy back at the marshmallow factory when they opened back up to make llama marshmallows. Oh, fucking God, my brain. Oh, my fucking brain. Holy shit. What the hell just happened? So, this past Monday was Memorial Day, which is kind of the unofficial first day of summer, I guess. Never mind that technically summer starts in the middle of June, and one of those, weird sort of summer starts way later than you think it actually does, but it doesn't matter because it's hot as fuck already. Yeah, that's kind of where I live. And oh yeah, I live in Phoenix. So we're in triple digits now. Party. Well, our Memorial Day, we're not really big on the barbecues and stuff like that. And more, it's kind of we save our grilling and barbecuing and stuff for when we're out at cabins and stuff, because we have to. But, it was still hot as fuck. And it was something in the vicinity of 99 degrees on Monday. So naturally, our air conditioner went out. And I don't know about you, but I can't think of a better way to spend a national holiday than hiding in a back bedroom with all the lights out so that you don't generate any more heat with the fans blowing directly on you because it's 99 fucking degrees outside and you don't want to get burned to death in the now increasingly hot and humid box that you call a home. Yeah, fun times. Because, of course, it's Arizona, and when it starts getting hot like that, everybody's calling the AC repair guy. Now, I will say, there are about 50 million air conditioning companies in the valley, but there's one that works on our homes and one that our building warranty and all that shit is through, and that are intimately familiar with the houses here and the units that were installed in these communities. So they're the first call, because I can say, I live here. They say, oh yeah, we know those units. I know exactly what's wrong with your shit. It's so many times. This is probably the fourth time we've had to have the AC worked on in some capacity. It's always a different thing. But what I've gathered is they cheaped out on the parts and they cheaped out on the guys who installed them. So when they got put in, lots of little shit keeps breaking. Like, oh, they didn't run this drain line correctly, so it backed up and froze up your unit. Oh, they, installed this little transistor thing is not rated for the type of heat we experience here, so as soon as it got hot, it burnt up. Shit like that, which is the exact issue that we had this time. Stupid little diode thing on the unit outside burnt up because it was 99 fucking degrees. Which is funny since it survived last year, but I guess it just couldn't handle 2 summers. We aren't even in the summer. We didn't even hit triple digits until later in the week. Now, I'm 99% sure we're not going to see much below triple digits during the daytime for the next 2 to 3 months. But still, it's kind of a bitch when the summer isn't even officially started and your AC already went out. But I guess all things considered, it's better that it happened now rather than when it's 110 outside and everybody's just dying. But what was really funny was I've seen enough AC guys work to where I know how to go and kind of check. Not that I can fix anything, but more of is this just us or is the AC really not working? And in recent years, it seems like every AC guy I've seen working walks around with one of those infrared laser thermometers so they can go and check the temperatures of the vents. And like, hey, no, this should be working. See the temperature coming. And it's like they check the temperature of the air going into the thing and they check the temperature coming out of the thing. And in case you were curious, the air that should come out of your AC vents is somewhere in the vicinity of 60 degrees. That's how cold it has to be to actually cool your house down. It comes out fucking cold and it just, disperses into the rest of the house. To hold our house at 75 degrees, it's still coming out at 60. Fucking cold. Well, it, at this point, was coming out at about 85. Laser thermometers are fun. Because I have one. And I sit there, pointing my laser thermometer at the roof, or not the roof, at the air vent in the ceiling. And I'm seeing it's coming out at 85. It's like, nope, it's not just us. It's like, because I was sitting here thinking, I just made a pizza. Maybe it's hot in here because I just had the oven on and I forgot to turn the little vent fan on. So like, oh, that's it. It's the oven and it's making the house hot. That's all it is. It's not that bad. And then I get the little ping on my phone. Internal temperature is 82 degrees and climbing. And we're like, well, shit. Okay, what's going on? And I go, and like I said, I grab my laser thermometer and I shoot up at the vent and it's coming out at 84, 85 degrees. I'm like, yep, nope, it's wrong. It's broken. Immediately my wife called, get the AC guys out there. But of course, our guy is across town. So it's going to be about 3 hours before he ever even gets over to us. So fun. Like I said, everybody starts huddling up in our bedroom, which is the furthest room in the very back. It's the darkest. We've got the big, thick, solar protection curtains and all that stuff. And we got a fan in there. So everybody basically goes back. And I realize sticking all of the people in the same room so it's nice buildup of body heat isn't necessarily the best way to keep everybody cool. But it's dark and it's the coolest room in the house. So everybody's back there watching a movie, just trying to keep away from the sun. So eventually the guy gets there. And like I said, it turned out to just be this little like electrical thing. It's like little jump switch thing that kicks on the compressor. And he's like, oh yeah, this brand is very, really known for that. These things crap out when it gets too hot out here. They're just not made for this heat. I'm like, why the fuck would somebody install a machine like that when it gets to be 110 degrees in this fucking place, people? I know why. It's so that, companies can go and charge for fucking parts and shit. And say, oh, we have to replace this part 17 times over the life of the house. And it's like, I will say, it's the reason, like I said, we call the AC guys that work on our neighborhood homes, our community stuff. We call the number that was put under the sink when we bought the house, because those guys come out and they said, hey, yeah, I know exactly what's going to be wrong with your AC unit because I'm seeing it all through this neighborhood. It's this part. And yeah, it's crap. And I have a much better version on my truck right now that is going to be able to deal with this heat. Oh yeah, and no charge. That's why we call those guys. We don't have a home warranty. We're outside of home warranty. They're like, oh yeah, no, we know this shit. Don't worry about it. We're going to swap this unit out. We're going to swap this little diode thingy out. Plug this in. I'm going to pressure test everything. Everything's good. He comes back in. I grab my little laser thermometer. I point it up at the ceiling and that shit's coming out at 62 degrees. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I just sit there and like my wife is back there with the boys hiding in the cold, dark or cooler, dark room. And I send her a picture of my thermometer reading 60 something degrees. And she's like, yay, it's fixed. And then I come back in with the even better news of, hey, it's free. It's like, we were like, what I said, oh, it's this electronic thing and it started this. And she's like, sounds expensive. Like, yeah, no, huh? And then he says, oh, no charge. Nobody. Like, fuck yeah, that's why we call you guys. You're awesome. Highly recommend. Well, I don't even know. I seriously doubt they're going to do. I'm 99% sure. That's just my percentage surety of the day that it was all on account of the community. And I'm sure they're going to go and start billing the builder. And I'm sure they've got a thing with the builder where they're just fucking fixing shit like they're on retainer or something. But yeah, good shit. Yay, fixed air conditioner. Hopefully it doesn't break down on us again, because we've had it break down. Our AC has gone out on us several times. I think it's the fourth time they've had to look at it. All different shit. It's always been, oh, this piece, or like I said, this drain backed up and it froze your system. Oh, this little thing went out. Or yeah, when they fixed this, the angle of this was wrong. Or this wire is bullshit. Lots of laziness type bullshit when the house was built, unfortunately. Love this house, but there are so many shortcuts that we're seeing now that they took that are just really fucking annoying. But yay, AC, because fuck, when it's going to be 103 tomorrow, I don't want to not have air. Alrighty, enough of me bullshitting. I'm going to start. Why am I singing? What the fuck? I keep doing this. This is like the third time. This is my third take. I keep singing when I come back from the little buzzy thing, but I'm just gonna keep on. Whatever the fuck this is, while I do the news.
Bullshit from the news.
First up, courtesy of golfnews.com. Of course, links will be in the show notes at oddatapodcast.com. Because, you gotta cite your sources and shit. Dubai Customs foil bid to smuggle fake Vaseline worth 400,000, I believe it's pronounced dirham. 17,000 packs of counterfeit petroleum jelly seized in the operation. Now, I just have to, I have a few questions, but first and foremost, why the fuck would you counterfeit? How do you counterfeit Vaseline? How do you counterfeit petroleum jelly? It's basically just oil. It's like fucking inert oil. The fuck? Why? What value? And then the fact that, How does petroleum jelly have a street value? What the fuck? I'm just gonna read this. Dubai Customs Intelligence Department thwarted an attempt to smuggle in a shipment comprising 17,280 packs of counterfeit petroleum jelly, Vaseline, I'm assuming it's branded, with a street value of 400,000 dirham. How does petroleum jelly have a street value? What are you using Vaseline for in Dubai that petroleum jelly has a street value? Do you not have real drugs there or something? I mean, is Vaseline used in making something that I'm not aware of? Am I just like that out of the loop? Is this like I've got 40 packs of Sudafed and some cleaning supplies situation that I'm just not aware of? I'm not hip to the shit going down in Dubai where fucking Vaseline is a controlled substance. Am I missing something here? Really? Now, the article itself goes on to explain how this is part of their whole anti-counterfeit stuff where they're protecting brands and property and things like, they're protecting the brand Vaseline. But why counterfeit Vaseline? It's not like it's Prada bags or a Coach purse or shit like that. These aren't designer shoes. It's fucking Vaseline. I don't know what the situation is like in Dubai, but why is there a street value on Vaseline? This does not make any sense to me. I just don't understand it. And I realize this could be a cultural thing. This could be a laws, and it could be an import-export that's not allowed to hear thing. I don't know Dubai. All I know is the concept of Vaseline having a street value just baffles me. That is all. I just, what? So much what? Okay. I'm okay. I gotta go. I'm moving along. Let's do something. Something that makes more. I don't know why I'm even trying to do a transition here. Courtesy of folkspaper.com. Florida man arrested after allegedly attacking his adult daughter with a pizza. Why? Ultimately, the question still is why? But, yeah. So, father was arrested for assaulting his daughter with an odd weapon. So, girl calls cops. Father shows up at her house, and he wants to have pizza with his daughter. It's like, hey, sweetie, I brought pizza. Let's have pizza. But just daddy and daughter night. We can watch a movie. It'll be great. We'll just party and have a pizza party like old time's sake. It's great. Like, Dad, get the fuck off my step. Get I don't have time for your shit. Dad, get the fuck out of here. And so they argue a bit, and Dad leaves. And except he turns around and he chucks a slice of pizza at her before she closes the door. And it apparently hits her in the face. So she calls the police. And in an observation that is so completely duh, Dad reeked of alcohol. Did I mention duh? Because only a drunk person would, 1, try to use pizza as a weapon, and 2, waste pizza. Alcohol is the only substance that will make you waste pizza. Everything else, every other drug or being completely stone sober, you are not going to waste even shitty pizza. Fucking what the fuck, dude? With perfectly good pizza, just to throw it at your fucking kid. What a dumbass. But speaking of duh, This, oh my God. I can't even with this one. Courtesy of swissinfo.ch. Nestle documents says majority of its food portfolio is unhealthy. Duh. According to internal documents, more than 60% of their mainstream food and drinks do not meet a recognized definition of health, and that some of our categories and products will never be healthy no matter how much we renovate. You make candy and junk food. There is no part of Nestle that you can even... you don't think Nestle and think health food. You think Nestle and think chocolate. Especially in America. Because when you think of Nestle as a brand in America, you think of Nestle Crunch. And I realize they are the biggest food company in the world, and they make tons of shit. They make baby formula and dog food and coffee and all this stuff. And they make all these different types of food, and they have like specialty foods for people with different disorders. They've got all, the diabetic foods and the ketos and this allergy and that allergy and all the different things for all the different things. And I'm pretty sure the baby food and the dog food are the only thing they make up that 40% of could be healthy food in their portfolio. The rest of it's junk. Because you're Nestle, people. You're not a fucking health food company, okay? Really? What's this say? 70% of Nestle's food products fail to meet the threshold of recognized definition of health. And 96% of beverages, excluding pure coffee, and 99% of their confectionery and ice cream portfolio, because it's candy and ice cream, you dipshits. It's not healthy. Okay, this is awful. They have a water and dairy products division. 82% of their waters and 60% of their dairy meet the standard as healthy. Why is it not 100% of your water is healthy? What the fuck did you do to your water? You got some Flint, Michigan shit going on. Is that what you're bottling? That only 82% of your water is healthy? Only 60% of your dairy is healthy? What the fuck is going on, Nestle? You can't. You're so unhealthy. You made water unhealthy. What the fuck? You've got 18% of your water is not healthy. It's water. What the seriously, Nestle? I was just thinking of Kit Kats and shit. I was just thinking of candy bars and ice cream and the shit that's it's not healthy. It's junk food. That's what they make. No, your fucking water isn't healthy either, apparently. Why are you even evaluating this? You know better. Why did you need a memo for this? Hey, we make junk food. No shit. It's not healthy. We make candy. Like, do you think Willy Wonka fucking was concerned with how healthy his shit was? No, he makes fucking candy. Nestle, you make coffee and candy and shit. And some bottled water and apparently some baby formula and dog food. You don't make healthy stuff. It's not part of your company motto. It is not in your mission statement. We're making healthy shit. You make junk food. That's your brand, okay? Just let's not waste your time and money and energy with unnecessary evaluations of your brand product. Jackasses. So here's the part where I normally would try and talk about another podcast, but honestly, I don't have anything to talk about right now. Not because I'm not listening to anything or that there aren't any podcasts I would recommend. I just feel like I've talked about so many and I haven't really been listening to too many new shows lately. And like I said before, I'm not feeling prepared. I'm not in the mental space right now to talk about any podcasts, which kind of sucks for me because I like this segment. I like telling you about other podcasts, but I also like discovering them. And so, as I've done so many times, send me your recommendations. Hit me up on the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, @OddDadOut. Or if you're in the Facebook group, tell me what podcast you're listening to. I don't particularly care what they're about necessarily, because, hey, if I like it, I like it. I will say I'm not too big, and I've mentioned this before, I'm not too big on the really murdery true crime stuff. It gets kind of played out, and I'm just not into the murdery stuff. At least the real murdery stuff. I'm all about the horror drama stuff. That's fun. But anyway, I'm going to, holy shit, cut it short. That's what happens when I have a plan. I actually had the show planned out. Kind of scary. Remember, you can get the links to all the news stories I covered and all my past episodes at odddatapodcast.com. While you're there, consider clicking the little support tab up there. Maybe buy yourself a t-shirt or a water bottle or a notebook or something with my weird-ass face on it. At least the little one that I drew. Maybe consider buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/odddatout. And remember to subscribe to the show on your favorite podcatching listening service. And share it with your friends on all the social medias. Tag me. I'm at OddDadOut on Facebook, Instagram, and on the Twitter. The Twitter, because I'm fucking old, apparently. And of course, you can always reach out to me on the Odd Dad Out voicemail line at 516-636-7631. That's 516-ODO-POD1. And so many things to reach out. Information overload. But I just want to say thank you for listening and putting up with my weirdness. And until next time, oddballs, thank you and good night.